Sierra Leone's ever-growing youthful population still continues to grapple with high rates of unemployment and other challenges. Despite the enormous challenges, young people are still working on realizing their potential. With emerging entrepreneurs and innovators, Youth Encounter on Star Television and Radio is a program that showcases successful young people, discuss the challenges, and provide recommendations. Join Mohammed Basiru Sanusi PM. It's Youth Encounter on Star TV on Channel 21.
Hello family, today is Friday 8th September 2017 and welcome to another edition of Youth Encounter where they come to you live on Star TV Channel 21 as we broadcast live from Media One Center Studios at 3 Mama Street, Brookfield, Freetown. You may day out of the country or self way not get TV close to you, you get to internet, you can watch the show live on www.startvsl.com. As always, we bring young people where we can talk about how youth themselves need for empower and the need for be themselves ultimate. But for today, we don't tell we say where you see person go put French by the river must know say boku water go don pass. And inside the encounter today, we get Abdul Kabir, we now a youth activist and same way so the head of communication business now invest in young people. Abdul, I can tell you about book learning business and the same way so what it mean for the young people self they put on part debate business. Abdul, want to say thank you. We take time for joining me inside the encounter.
Thank you very much, Mohammed Basiru Sanusi, and thank you, Dave, and it's a pleasure for being here today. And
young people don't get the culture now for it?
Well, we want to try for instill this culture in young people, for let them able for it, because only when they need and good for give out. Because we know say we society they now don't like the culture,
okay.
And this is a sign of real concern. One for evamp again the spirit.
Okay, your name now Abdul Kabir. We'll come back to and carry on the discussion. We also get Alex Nalo Jr. Alex now one person we don't advocate for young people and they take care of plenty other things that going to do with entrepreneurship. We come on I lead and today Alex Day for can tell you about in book the A to Z of entrepreneurship when it will launch on the 29th September now the British Council Hall. Alex, once again congratulations where you take time for January and you now powerful manner because book don't come out.
Not really, plenty thank also Bash for you give me the opportunity for come as always for engage and talk to plenty young people.
Okay, we go carry on for talk about the book and know waiting on be the challenge and so far and as well as what to expect for see on the 29th September. We say we so get now the studio and with Thomas Phoebe and we now the director for Massive Part Foundation. Massive Part don't do plenty work inside the Ebola, inside the flooding, and now self done the give computer training to Pekin and young people all about the country. Andrew, you said thank you for joining me inside the encounter today.
Thank you, Mr. Vash. I'm really happy for this particular time because I believe say each and every youth gets a role for play. This country.
And Una don't begin catch them when they did a young one so far.
Yes, and then they're very much important because now at that stage you able to do something we go make you that you want to be to mind in your future.
Well, in name now Andrew Thomas Phoebe, in the director for Massive Part Foundation and Massive Part don't they play great role inside picking them and young people in life all about the country. Yourself way they watch the encounter will send you text message to the number 088-127-227. 088-127-227. You send you text and carry on with the program. Not gonna say carry on for day 3 as we will come and continue with the program.
Sierra Leone's ever-growing youthful population still continues to grapple with high rates of unemployment and other challenges. Despite the enormous challenges, young people are still working on realizing their potential. With emerging entrepreneurs and innovators, Youth Encounter on Star Television and Radio is a program that showcases successful young people, discuss the challenges, and provide recommendations. Join Mohammed Basiru Sanusi PM. It's Youth Encounter on Star TV on Channel 21.
Yes, Fambul, and so we will say welcome back. And if you just join with this Youth Encounter, they come to you live on Star TV Channel 21, live from Media One Center Studios, and 3 Mama Street Book Fees Freetong, and me now, Uno presenter, Mohamed Basiru Sanusi. The Encounter they come to Uno every Friday from 5 to 6, and the broadcast will come to Uno every Sunday from 5 to 6. Let me go for the first story inside the Encounter today. Survivors in our regions don't benefit from one humanitarian organization where they don't go give them over 70 bag rest. And the people who go do this then call themselves Talk Swag Nation. And Talk Swag Nation they into entertainment and other things them, but they make up of plenty young people. Me co-presenter we always on the day around me for put the message and material together. Lamin Mansare, we go work a day and at this it begins for send for we inside the Encounter.
The gesture was also meant to demonstrate their solidarity and their continued commitment, noting that since the August 14 disaster occurred, affecting men, women and children in the different communities in Freetown, youths have been on the front line to offer their much-needed support in every little way. Presenting the donation on behalf of the organization, the president of Tough Swag Nation, Songs Weaver, said that the donation is made out of their desire to give back to their people, especially at these trying moments. He said Tough Swag Nation was established 2 years ago. Apart from other national commitments, comprised a group of young people engaged in entertainment industry, working as nation builders.
Well, what move we first of all, we all decision at CSN, we all are sorry at people and since when this year so happen, like I get a call from me CEO in England, I tell me say oh so this year so don't happen. So what you think say I want to do a donation to them people there also where this year so don't mix. He said what you think about that? I say well the word fine. And as where it be say we all are Sierra Leoneans them, we therefore help each other and we deal with the motor when I give back. So TSN what we get we go able to give back.
Receiving the donated items on behalf of the survivors at Regent, Madam Eleonora Jokumi Mexiga, the head woman of the Regent community, gave a vivid account of the sad event and expressed thanks and appreciation for what she described as a generous humanitarian assistance. Madam Mexiga noted the plight of children in the community and appealed to other organizations for more assistance to alleviate their sufferings.
Thank you. Because for let you see young people and come together and put their hearts together for do something for help them and company them, then a blessing. That means to say that they remember them company, they feel them, they know that say they're not better past than company. So I want to say thank you to them.
The deputy chairperson for Western Rural District, who also doubles as the councillor of the Regent community, Madam Cargo, assured the organization that the donated items will be used for the intended purpose, disclosing that there is a channel to which all donations go through with an effective monitoring mechanism put in place.
They have to monitor and see that the donations and when they come and go through the dual process. We get ONS where they do the registration and social welfare, then they register and stop them. And at the end of the day, if donation come, the list I would follow.
For Star TV, Lamin Mansare reporting in Freetown.
Well, plenty thank you to we own Lamin Mansare. We go over the region and go see our young people self one for our pay respect always as them. We don't give over 70 bag rest. Let me carry our discussion as we get Bukabia, we get Andrew and Alex Nalo Jr. Let's first begin to talk to Alex. Alex, we don't know you for activities and business for a very long time. And I lead self when you don't give training support. But now we see you pull and do this A to Z book where you get to do with entrepreneurship. How you become with the whole idea for kind of a book here?
Well, first and foremost, I think it just got to do with the broader goal for raise the generational leaders and for able for inspire, ignite change and contribute to young people and actually we go end up for contribute to 80% of where SME economy driven by 2030. We mean to one for get young people and start to grow and own their own businesses, and one for encourage young people and specifically for drift away from the normal sole proprietorship form of businesses. Somebody can just start in one small little team, hence they get waiting for it or waiting go able to take care of himself with the person is okay. But then one for encourage young people and for begin go into large scale businesses, but then you get for start small for grow up. So on the book specifically A to Z to entrepreneurship, basically I think elementary to the point that now every other thing where somebody need, every other thing where person need for know, so that when you start this venture, you go able to succeed. Entrepreneurship, like any other career or business, if you say you want for turn plumber, you want for turn doctor, you want for turn lawyer, you get for learn, you get for able to get the required education, you get for get the required knowledge. And now, when we look at global entrepreneurs, Salon is a space where entrepreneurship just they come, or pretty much you don't they but you don't they get the maximum awareness as at date. So plenty of people and just believe say anybody can be an entrepreneur. And more especially when you get one of few examples, so being say some people can tell you say, and that person there, Mark Zuckerberg in story or Steve Jobs in story.
It go pause.
Exactly.
You not begin money, but it starts.
Exactly. But the story where a lot of people don't know now that then they forget the back end of them people and story, the midnight research. Then people and every great entrepreneur is having people and the first thing they always get library. Then they read a lot. We mean say that knowledge when you go to business school for land, make it sit down in my bedroom, I get the same knowledge and apply them and do what I need for do. So for me, I'll be like not necessarily I don't need for go business school. Not me say I write off the business ideas or the business knowledge. But then I get an alternative of that same thing where you go for land, me they sit down in my corner, find book and land. So the A to Z as in like the normal education space, I can always tell people that say the normal education are from A to Z, whatever subject we take, whatever na ABC, A to Z, everything na A to Z. So so I decide for put together the A to Z of entrepreneurship when mean say now the basic elementary things and what you need for know, what you need for learn, what you need for acquire and what you need for develop as an entrepreneur, and also what you need for sustain yourself within this journey. Because we don't get plenty young people where they mistake entrepreneurship for instance with business. But in entrepreneurship basically they look at how we forget young people that for solve complex problems in the sense we go able to contribute to the development of Sierra Leone and not just the development of the individual way they start the venture. So for instance if you can just take like the A, so what you do specifically outside for define and share experiences, the little experiences where I don't get in this entrepreneurship business so far, and also the few experiences where people don't share, people where I don't encounter, people where I don't do trainings with, people where I don't see how them grow them businesses, how them fall. And again, as I say, now basic something, because quite recently I've dated some group of young people in that entrepreneurship now is self-driven something. So what's in the book they do, they want awakening the spirit of entrepreneurship inside you. You see a lot of plenty young people every day that can go entrepreneurship trainings, you go workshop, go this. I tell them fine. But then if you want to become a great entrepreneur, not to pass you attend all these sessions. Entrepreneurship now solving complex problems. Identify something where they happen in society.
Help solve that way the community will benefit.
That's it. So at the end of the day, you get that spirit inside you for able to identify first of all the idea where you start with. You get plenty of young people and get brilliant ideas, but then people like for start with ideas so it's too small where it's easy for do. So because the person say, come on, I don't get the money for do, I don't get the expertise, I don't get this. But then what we preach and teach people, especially young people, is that for instance the A to Z of entrepreneurship and adventure. What it means say you don't ever as an entrepreneur, if you want to begin this journey and thrive all through, you don't get to see the destination necessarily where you go.
At the end of the day, you don't get to start.
Now an adventure. So we tell people and say entrepreneurship now an adventure. You don't see these complex problems. You don't now a pain to you, now a burden to you. Now you want to see how you go able to provide solution to this. At first you get the exact picture. It's always clear now you get on the destination where you want to go. But then in reality, what you they think or what you they imagine, not so in reality. So first of all, you get to say an adventure. What it means say you don't get for able to connect the dots moving forward. Entrepreneurs
always they connect the dots looking backwards. Like, okay, I take the decision some 3 years back. Now I know say that decision how we take it makes sense today.
Yeah.
But the very moment when you take them, you don't need to forget all of these examples.
You just need for starting moment.
Exactly.
Okay.
So what in the book they try for do basically they try for guide young people for no say entrepreneurship on itself. Yes, you get forget the acumen, you get forget the education, you get forget the expertise, but then you don't get for rely on the academic aspects of your life for able to thrive as an entrepreneur, because pretty much what you get for encounter, the failures, the frustrations, the things we get for go. So how then they get for happen? For instance, within a Sierra Leone group we call Sierra Leone Entrepreneurs, and today I just made a comment on few of 1 or 2 entrepreneur activities where they take place. It's so sad that even when you tell some Sierra Leone entrepreneurs that say this pitch what you do is not impressive, you pitch not good, and the person will be like, you know what, for encourage, waiting for the law encouraging, and a lot of people like you think say they discourage entrepreneurs. No, it's not about discouragement. My first experience what I ever get for pitch a business on international stage, I could still recall that one of the judges said me, say, Alex, sorry, say, but your business idea sounds stupid. And imagine like you waste the time talk, somebody say no, what you talk say sounds stupid. And that is serve as a motivation. So now as an entrepreneur, this book ever guide you forget a growth mindset. To me, if you tell me say my idea don't make sense, it means say bash don't tell me say for go and work on them and be better. Another look at to see the discouragement. And the biggest room at the room for improvement. Exactly. Okay, I'll come back to you, Alex, and can know would that be help you edit the book and the same way so how you do for publishing, because for published book don't be problem so far. People say everyone for write book. And then Alex now Gina, come on, I read. And we'll talk about the A to Z of entrepreneurship book when then go launch on the 20th. Now look I'm now to Andrew Thomas Phoebe, we come on a Massy Path Foundation. And we'll first tell you about Massy Path, how the whole idea become about.
Okay, Massy Path now this non-governmental organization it come about wherein young people then just feel see them for give back to the community without the help of government. You understand? The CEO of this organization, when I ran it boss, now Sierra Leonean actually way based in the UK. Now somebody way just believe for give back, looking at Usai Komot. You understand? So it really happened for meet me as a childhood friend. We get the same concept, we get the same vision. It's I believe say we can able work towards for change lives of people then, especially the young people then. Like we get a focus actually as an organization. We merely target the vulnerable people. We look at girl child education. We look at inequality. You understand? These are things in way normally we concentrate on. But before this time, Renet began at the eastern part of Sierra Leone, where they happen for they look after Pekin like pay school fees, buy books and sort of. By then, it be named this organization Search for Hope, Sierra Leone. By so doing, he happened forget one young man where they just in the position of death. He be get this infection in foot, where don't even they go now in bone. You understand? For a poor family, he come up and take up this responsibility. Go now to the Kono government hospital, do every other thing possible for lay that man they alive, they like today. And from that thing they call me on board. They say, brother, we need for deliver. We get a role for players, youth in this country. We don't need for wait for government.
So since then we don't carry on with plenty other work then?
Oh yes, we don't carry on with plenty other work them from the Ebola, coming to the landslide. You understand? We don't go now several places. For example, the Susan's Bay, where we don't look the deployable way where people in the live there. We try to look at the educational aspect, giving books and other schooling materials. We go also to the Tomsi Bay, where we get all of these records. Now we website them I will give later. You understand? Then coming back to the recent flooding where happened, I believe say Massy Path don't play a great role as a young organization where they try to give back to this country.
Okay, what will be on a challenge so far?
Well, the challenge is always for an organization we not get funding, too much. You understand? But because of we get the passion, we ready for work. We feel say we for change lives. We for bring youth them. We for believe in themselves. We don't do a lot. But the challenge is actually because of funding not there. You understand? We need volunteers and not there because Any youth now where you see red t-shirts, you see they try for do things, you say money there for this project. So if you not put them on salary, you're not going able for deliver.
You go come 1 or 2 times and
go back. And purely now a volunteer, even to me as a director, now volunteer the volunteer. As recently, you know, I did Kono. We try for launch the computer classes where I go do when I free computer classes, it entails money. And the single-handedly as at now we CEO when I Renet boss, now the only person where they do funding.
So when I say to the kind of work they want to do from the Ebola even to this training computer center when I don't go open, so nobody know the student can go to have a fund on.
At all not. Renet are the only person where they fund we as the computer classes they go on very well. One of the problem na finance when we they go to for undertake them, even me for come I go see that everything goes well, it entails money, you understand? And we get staff them na then centers there, so where they run the, you understand? Where they run them because we have 5 hours classes we they do free. Because we see say the people them really they strain for come on, like na the Nimiko chiefdom come back to Koidu for can take classes in computer, very expensive, you get for buy pamphlet and all. So these things we don't look at how we say no, we forget.
So the rent here for Dane and the people in doorstep.
Oh yes. So we take them to the doorstep. What happen? We do classes free, every other thing free. But as I say, finance, because we get for one and we need full-time electricity for keep them within the 5 hours. We get for give something to the staff then because we know they pay actually.
Okay.
Even me, they know they pay me. Now volunteering job. You understand? Now this I want spread out to youth them. Let them come on board. Let them know say it's not all about waiting you the benefit, but how you get for change the lives. What's not the impact what you they create in the lives of the young one then. Look at waiting we encounter where we they come up. So we want to do a turn back. We want to do a turn back in the mentality of youth in this country.
Okay, I'll come back to you, Andrew, and we'll carry on for talk about that. In name now Andrew Thomas Fobi, and the director for Mercy Parts Foundation. Abu Kabir, you don't follow the discussion from entrepreneurship. We don't talk about humanitarian work then, but we want to discuss further on the culture for weed and the work we do debate. Some people don't take to street violence, who will not be in the right way. Come at the round table, people don't say dialogue, and okay, people then they say let we engage. Waiting at the way forward now for to do with debates and also the speech writing and a couple of other things there.
Well, thank you very much, Mohammed Basus. We all know today is September 8, right? And of course today is International Literacy Day. An idea where UNESCO set aside United Nations educational, scientific and cultural organizations we set aside for raise awareness about the importance of our education for full across the world. And Sierra Leone is a country where they're part of this global development. Everything we discuss here today centered around the sustainable development goals. Education, entrepreneurship, partnership, friendship. The last goal 17. So we expect the powers that be for partner with private individuals, then we get organizations, then we get towards development, for them push forward. When I come into education, how for able to raise the bars high, or how for able to make reading culture something compulsory. And you don't find out, say, present day Sierra Leone, the culture of reading, they don't die out. You and I know. Everybody knows they don't die out.
Even people say for the boss for Boku book, no other time for you.
Indeed, they never read any longer. If you go to the library, Sierra Leone library, you find out, say, people are checking regularly, but for buy expensive phones, people don't get money for go purchase expensive phones. This is very sad. So now, if we're not trying to tune the minds of the young, where they come now, there will be a problem for tomorrow. Because sustainable development, it's always say, like development where they meet the needs of the present without compromising the needs of the future. So if we don't make provision now for save the future, it will be bad. So the Sierra Leone Debating Council, where they work strongly for support debate all across this country, think I'm fit for come up with this particular 4 days training. We don't start yesterday, we're on the 7th, and today on the 8th of September. And you get for one until the 14th and 15th of September 2017 at the American corner of Freestyle Battle Street. And you're going to test you for letting you say this one an introduction to debates and public speaking.
Okay.
The motto of the National Debating Council, of course, you know, say the motto that they tell you say, speak without fear or bias, but what with ethics. You don't find out say the way man also people in the speak and get hate speech. You go attack person, use their great words, you don't find.
We came for create change. We use nice words. We write nice speech. Obama is a classical example of how speech they inspire people greatly. Yes, we can. Obama used that speech therefore for win the hearts and minds of Americans. They vote for him. He also do a remarkable speech about racism, about certain way they believe say for check Obama identity whether he is too American or not. We say this, I'll go tell them how it be. Through a speech, it delivers something where the Americans they absorb a lot. They feel say yes, this is something where we for embrace wholeheartedly because we are one, irrespective of age, sex, color, or what have you. We for all think for the development of America. So now that culture they want to bring kind of serious. Before over the years, we find out say reading culture has been very much good. You get exercise books and more people in the read, of course, but now the culture don't die out due to the weird manner how the social media or the new media, I could put it. The new media don't take the hearts of young people wholeheartedly where young people don't get time again for read. And a popular saying what they tell you say, they say there is no friend as loyal as the book. Book is something that can transform you and transform you can use that for transform the lives of other people around you. So now this particular one, it get for target certain things then. Before you find out say even people who they write speeches, they use big words. So this again, it creates problem. We get for make sentences then short and simple. Grammar simple.
So at least the layman said we
will understand. Say this person they try to make sense. Because when you're writing a speech, you get for when they deliver to an audience, you find out so this speech you get for inspire, you get for motivate, you get for persuade, you get for inform.
So merely young people say we can go to them program and they don't call them saying a talk show.
No, well,
when people go and go talk, and most people say no can understand exactly what they care about. Just say how the program will be fine. And just care about what thing go happen at the refreshment, but the real message, not the pass.
You find out say because of the way manner way the less interest, little or no interest where people can get into programs the way educate or way motivate or when are motivational programs them, you don't find out say that they don't lack now in society. So this particular one they try for revamp the culture of reading and writing speech. You get for no say, of course when it comes to debate, you know, so you get the British parliamentary system where you get a set of 4 where you put 8. Yeah. Of course, you get 2 people who in the debate from the government and the opposition. Then you get second 2 there when they close. So you find out saying an interactive. Also, the current president of America, Donald Trump, they say we need to speak our minds openly, debate freely and honestly. For ensure we agreements them or we disagreements them, we try for make sure say we arrive at a point to sort of disagree for agree.
Okay.
And again, we for pursue them with solidarity. So in all of this, if you find out, say, we think as Sierra Leoneans, as people that will get the willpower for change. Let me give you another account of how the training of young people then don't move towards a greater height. If you go to South Africa, the African Leadership Academy, the ALA is a success story for Africa. ALA, they try to transform the next generation of African leaders. Fred Swanika, a very good inspirational figure across the continent now, where they inspire young Africans. It believes say if we're not seeing the next generation of African leaders, it will be bad for
so at the end of the day, we need to forget the culture of reading and for the debate.
So that's exactly, in essence, this particular one will raise awareness about the culture of reading. Okay. They try for force people for them to take their books than to concentrate on their phones.
I'll come back to you, Abukabi. I'll come to Alex again. Alex, the A to Z of entrepreneurship, you launch on the 29th now with the council. Would that be help you for editing the book and how you do for publishing?
Well, I got a few friends in Ghana and precisely Nigeria. We basically they do the back end of the publication of the book, and sorry to say Nigeria would publish because we all know with how we ecosystem talent, and now this plenty ten and the way we, because what we really do specifically we concentrate on entrepreneurship education.
Yeah.
So plenty ten and the way you talk to people about why we need for grow a ecosystem. The reality is that up to date plenty things and the way you need except you do another person country, but that's the point we're looking at. So the thing is that it's sad it's very frustrating, as my brother they say. For we, as I say, we mandate specifically now for grow generational leaders. And one thing we do, as I say, the publication in Nigeria, they haven't, sorry to say, but you know, if you want the very best at some point, you will not be able to get them in country except you go to extend your hands to your brothers out there. We're going to provide that kind of quality where you look at.
And then, and we understand that this is going to cost you more than what it will cost you even the printer inside.
What frustratingly, when you do printing in Sierra Leone, it costs you more than when you print in Nigeria. You print for less in Nigeria, for instance, then the quality higher. Likewise, Sierra Leone, you print for more and the quality very low.
Okay.
So the thing is that because we got only few printers, we're not doing industrial printings in Sierra Leone. Like Nigerians, they print in thousands, in 10,000s, 20. So they get industrial printing. So on the price, it's very low. It's very low, like very low. Yes, you got to cost some loans again in terms of shipping and all.
Okay.
Comparatively, yes, it's challenging, but then it's a way to go because you want to make you people and get value for money and do them. And the good thing what we do with the book launching, as I said, the launching on the 29th September on the British Council, 10 o'clock, and we get tickets. We now have 50,000 regular, 100,000 patrons. The proceeds from that book, we use them for construct the first leadership school in Sierra Leone.
Okay.
One for get a leadership school in Salon. It's sad that other places up to date and get plenty leadership schools, but Sierra Leone, no sign of it.
Just a wait for training and workshop.
Exactly, and all along, you know, these plenty trainings and workshops and they get more of institutional benefits. The organizers give the benefits more financially than una way than they.
For more than make the budget.
Exactly. So now that one for one for construct the leadership school, as I say, in Abo, and so currently we got a space and we just try for raise funds, but because we believe in the self-driven spirit of entrepreneurship, we don't want to wait for government, we don't want to wait for NGO, we don't want to wait for donor. So specifically the money where we get from this book, we the direct time for begin for construct, and no matter how long we take for construct, but we one for start and one for do and for research, because we motto na mens et manos, we na mind and hand for the Institute for Leadership, Entrepreneurship and Development. We believe say the change where we meet and you want to see until we use we mind and we hand for make them, then it will be very difficult for make we see them come through. So basically another way to look at beyond that, raising generational leaders, as my brother will talk. I was excited about when they talk about the Sierra Leone Debating Council, that more young people can go for speak out. And interestingly, now we start the Sierra Leone Debating Council. I can probably say people always that. So it's always a pleasure to see the vision that grow bigger. And this always the A to Z of entrepreneurship, the bridge. Do things were bigger than yourself. Initiatives that we're not going to do with your personal connections, we're not going to do with your personal
but benefits many people out there. Okay.
Like when we start the Sierra Leone Debating Council way back, you know, we know some of we don't even know up to date the progress within they make or the development within they take. But this is it, because the vision we been get was not to forget immediate benefit, but one for raise generational leaders, one for
so people serve with a good training, like other people serve with benefits more from.
So we get that kind of platform. So this yet now is still the vision for continue for replicator. For CC, we'll get more young people ready to take on to complex issues and think big, think outside the box, do something what you need to do, understand your sector, understand the industries. It's frustrating that I know quite a lot of entrepreneurs them where they waste their time and precious energy on little things, yes, where they give them money, but then people then get the acumen, then get the knowledge for able to do bigger things, but then it's scary. And that's entrepreneurship. So this and that specifically the
okay, we'll come back to you, Alex Nalo Jr. In name now Alex, you come on I-Lead, and on the 29th now we just cancel and go launch the A to Z of entrepreneur. Before we go for break and watch with young poets with now Victoria Kanu, let's talk small team, but then the Andrew, we still not be given an opportunity to Victoria for speak on behalf, because the word on the say now who that feel I'm myself go understand them very well. Who feels it knows it. Why not be time for give this helping hand to Victoria for help give you this break what you're about to watch?
Well, actually, as one of we aim now for motivate young people and see how they able for do their own little thing in the country. Vicky, for time beyond this time, we don't know saying a very young picking where they do something very good, very extraordinary. So because of that, we look at it and say, why we not go use this picking for able for create a platform where you go get a younger followers them or other big people the way they admire. You understand? Pass message. We go down there. If you see the story about the thing we do, they try for teach people them, even the young people them, the Asian people them, waiting and get for do for the picking them. We then get for be the future leaders. Waiting are the thing you get for do for educate them. And this picking on do very well. We they use them completely in our mission for advocate on behalf of the picking them, sending message out so that the picking them go for no say yes. If this at this age able to do this, why we self no go do? And I'm so happy where me brother they talk about debate and other things. These are things in way in the educational aspect who they look about. Because looking back, you understand the educational system, this thing of reading, you know, they know we culture. And that's one of the biggest projects we work on. Where I believe we get for lazy to border and see how we get for implement them from the western area to the four corners of this country. Because we see you will say graduate for able to construct better letters or whatever able for doing.
Even to the interviews have a challenge now.
Exactly. So you're looking at that factor, it's now a fundamental problem. You understand? Where they begin from the primary. Because in those days we get reading, dictation and spelling, L&DS. Exactly. These things are very active initially. And then you'll be able to forget.
Every Friday you will see different from the class.
Yeah,
the science, even the commercial people can join the arts and get a wonderful.
There you go. And one of the things that make Vicky very outspoken, because they do extremely well. So we want to get this culture of reading. That competitive minded in the young people then, because education we know they take and play at all.
Okay.
You understand? So to your question that make we use Vicky and Vicky they do extremely well. It gets thousands of followers there now, and we believe say it go able for make we accomplish with.
It will pass on the message.
Oh,
yes.
yes.
The name Andrew, and we talk about Mercy Path Foundation. We still also guest Abu Kabir, we own youth activist, and also the head of media now the hashtag Investing Young People campaign, and Alex Nalo Jr. there. They launched the A to Z of entrepreneurship book on the 29th now the British Council Hall. Listen to Youth Encounter, and they come to you live on Star TV. Mina Uno presenter, Mohamed Basiru Sanusi. Carry on for sending your message to the number 088 127 227. 088 127 227. Let's go for a break and watch waiting Victoria Kano we do for we for spend time and give Yai very good look inside the encounter for today.
We are the victorious and we are victory because we choose not to become victims. We are stars, but to you we are just girls. Our words might be limited. Our actions could not be permitted. Our decisions may be omitted, but our vision are unlimited. We might be little outside, but we are mighty inside. We might be living in a thatched house. We may not even be a match now, but that does not mean we should be treated anyhow. We have been neglected and rejected. We may not even be among the selected, but know this, we are the future leaders and should not be left out of the bracket. Some have paid the price, many been marginalized. Plenty of us have been victimized just because we are little in size. So please, parents, arise and be wise. Use your real eyes to realize that we should not be treated as vice, but should be seen as future wives. So please think twice or think otherwise. Sacrifice and invest in our lives. The time spent with us, do not minimize, but rather maximize. And by that, our future will be bright. We may not means we have great fortune. Our clothes could be made of rags. We might be sleeping on mats, but that does not make us rats. Education should be permissible and not negotiable, because without it we are vulnerable, but with it we are capable. Why must we be victims of child marriage, victims of teenage pregnancy, victims of girl-child circumcision, victims of rape, victims of ritualism? Why must we be victims of everything? We might not have your trust. We are being considered as dust. But notice, the most measure of precious treasures are found in the dust. We are treasures in the dust.
Plenty thank you to Victoria Kano, the point where massive part big give support for Giwi Nabrikli. And a very, very inspirational and plenty anyway we learn inside there. And if you see the footage there, you know, say the one for CRBS and can create the change. Like I'm to Abukabia. Abukabia, the culture for it don't be the concern so far. Even people say we don't send a text message, don't already on the highlights and we will read just now. What thing will be the way forward?
Well, everybody get for come on board. Goal 4 of the Sustainable Development Goals to talk about quality education. How we able to achieve this only when we work collectively. And this will go back to the school curricula. We for ensure say it is something mandatory. And L&D is still waiting on the die out because of other issues. We need to come back into.
We don't see the beauty and the design and pageant themselves don't go ahead of the L&D and the schools themselves. Every school one forgets Mr. and Mrs. in school, but the L&D is not active again.
Well, that's very much sad. Now, we consider a collective effort. And the debating council will not stop at nothing for the show they push for let this be a reality, because this now about Sierra Leone. What in Salon go be tomorrow in the hands of young people. So the choice now the choice is ours for let we design a better country, because now we get for shape the policies and we get for better the lives of the generation yet on board. So if we not farm in a decision, if we not get a deeper understanding, if we not try for know the integrity of how this country go better develop from one side today to something we'll be able to admire, it will be a problem.
So what think will be the role from Uno the activists then now? Well, we into activism. Because we don't see a chance now where most people just they pre-sing and go support even things themselves we know right. People would expect it and therefore they advocate. They don't turn for the defend now.
Well, we not go stop at nothing, we not go relent, we go continue for renew with commitment, enthusiasm, for ensure say we put all the energy, we channel them into the development of Sierra Leone, because this are the only place where you and I call home. Yeah. This country belongs to scores of young people. Research don't show say we form the major amount of Sierra Leone's population. So if we want to see a change, now we get to take the lead, because young people them, now people them were responsible for development. You can say catalyst for development. We get the willpower, we get the impetus, we get everything we take for ensure say we make this country great. So now what do they do? They do evidence-based advocacy. In a sense, so they bring things them where visible, where you and I go see. We're gonna say, well, this now we lack, this now we don't get. Now you for strengthening, now we weak. We try for evaluate, for see how we will for do something better. Because always what they say, like Clinton they say what we have to do is to find ways to celebrate our diversity, how we come together, and also how we can debate our differences without fracturing our communities. We can able to come together, we celebrate people that we get, we're in a bright mindset, young bright minds, like mindset, we're able to inspire the people, one another.
We need
to celebrate people of excellence. We need to do this in a light way that people see them. They don't say that we don't celebrate Mohamed Kourouma. Mohamed Kourouma is a bright person, a bright student, and among in class he can top the list. So because of Mohamed Kourouma don't get a certain thing we do, again what for try for do. People that want to do extremely well into academic work or pursuit, we for sure say we give them what to endure them. Before now, we see people that go overseas, pursue the higher learning. And one thing where they on board we back as well, they brought us about research. We don't get a research-based institution on its own for the research on things that Because when you go to University of Makerere University in Uganda, they get the Makerere Social Institute of Research. We're purely based on research, basic and formal research. That one then a department on its own where they strengthen the system of Uganda. They shape the policy. They get a better formulation of policy as to how Uganda.
So I know say that they all able now with the innovation and all. So they do extremely well.
So now that's one for copy. Similar approach. We bring it into the Sierra Leonean context. That it could be a fantastic idea if those in Sierra Leone, particularly the powers that be, embrace this wholeheartedly, because this gap for benefits generations here to the board. We want to make the platform. We want to lay a platform where in the next generation will come and say, yes, the structure already there, we just need to work on them smoothly and ensure so we improve on our value-added service. We not just foresee what we get, they will say, well, this is good lodge or what.
For Duma, I'll come back to you, Abukabia, before we take the text them. You will carry on for sending message to 088-127-227, and this is Youth Encounter, and they come to you live on Star TV. Alex, we're not going to play the time again before we watch the message and wrap up. Why somebody for pay for go book launching? A lot of people don't use for go watch things that when entertainment, things about do around politics and all. But you really say then get the heart and the time for go watch book launch when they go pay for.
Well, I think say yes, we get a conviction. Say people then get the heart for pay for book launching, and so what they go on for ask why you need for pay. First and foremost, because a lot of effort and energy and resources we don't put into waiting we try for achieve. But I think on this specific side, not on the money-making aspect of it, why you need for pay? You need for pay for this book launch because we need you for support. We for able to actualize the dream we get for build a leadership school in Sierra Leone. Outside people and will get a platform. Outside people and will get a space for land, waiting talent for being leaders. Waiting for encounter in terms of life skills and soft skills and way we normal education curriculum not to provide. Because for we as an institute, what we look at how we will provide parallel support to the normal education system. We mean say we not compete with the normal education system, we not write the system off, we not write the curriculum off. But what we do that things and gaps and we do within the system. Now we get a space society we will able to provide. Then gaps them and people will come and fill in then spaces and we're supposed to happen. So yes, so on this, as I say, on this specific you need for buy because you want for support and so we not want for do business as usual in terms of asking people out, asking people on sponsorship.
Can support me. You know, exactly. Transport to go and come, exactly. Write proposal and all.
So it's basically, as I say, this one I'll for letting you support with effort. Okay. We don't do quite plenty things and we don't do, we not ever ask for money. Quite recently, we don't just do the complete training of about 45 young people. We don't do plenty other trainings. We don't ever ask sponsor for a single cent. But then at this point, we want for take up a venture and we believe say we require huge resources and we don't want for tax or they being the knock people and the month day and night. So we believe say make we start and see how we're able to do business with this and able to get the proceeds and we're able to invest in this. Okay. So it's all about, as I say, you the support Sierra Leone, which we do pretty much 10, 20, 15 years from now. Perhaps I lead all the institutes, but they in a different hands of people and as we the Sierra Leone Debating Council, different people in the movement.
But when I start and left the legacy,
exactly. So we get this generational effect of people coming and taking after. So we ask, we plead, we just want to sell 300 tickets. Okay. And for me, they tell plenty of people and say like, for me personally, I also like I get 5,000 friends on Facebook, and I tell them, say, come on, 5,000 friends all along. So man go comment. I say, but this time around we don't want comments. We just want to sell.
For come and
just buy.
Pay 50 or 100,000 go for the book launch.
The truth be told, yes, I author the book, and I get a lot of other people we don't put in effort in there. But then now we learn for support yourself all day alive, all we day alive. Pretty much, if I die tomorrow now, some man go get mine, go pay. Go so close, go write things, but let we learn for support. We say we they alive.
You know. A very good point. A very good point. A very good point, Alex. So I'll come to you, Andrew, before we take the text in. What think will be the way forward now from Massey part? So we don't assume a different work and even to this recent one we go do na this computer training. We know on the next move there.
Well, actually, we on the process right now for we national office. Natoya where we dey try for set, wherein we go embark on all activities as well we don't do at the provinces. We dey come na Freetown, we get an office we know so everybody go for locatory. We're on number 1 Gassama Street off Momo Drive, Juba. You go for locatory and we get numbers them as well. What to make we decide for come back na Freetown is this. Massive part we not just the limit na the eastern part of Sierra Leone. But one lady na the 4 corners of this country. You understand? But because of the resource, na individual funding we dey do, now make we just want to do them by stages. Now that we don't come on, we dey come Freetown set up the office, and in the near future we get for launch a national campaign. Right? This national campaign they deal with education, child labor, inequality. These are the campaign we get for launch with other parastatals as we always done the work with them. When they give you support and fundraising so that we go able to work on begin to the east. We go do one at the west, not the south, and the north. So that's the massive part will be a national thing. We go young people then go for come and give back to the country at large. So these are the things and we primarily we try to do as of now. You understand? But we need more manpower support.
Yeah, more volunteers.
More volunteers because the idea of you working and you expect payment, as I said earlier, payment no day as of now. We believe in giving.
But we have volunteers outstation already. You don't faint them for meet them and tell us when you volunteers them.
Oh yes. We don't take 1 or 2 steps. Of course, we'll be there with social welfare on this landslide. We work amicably with them in terms of registration on the victims and all them things. And we'll be there part of them. I believe say then see the good work we do. We get another organization then we don't go and give proposal and we do work on that one day. So at the end of the day, we go able to forget collectively we get support and young people then go involve. We go to change lives, not even for we at this age, even the younger one them where they can be in. So primarily we work on them things here so and see how massive part will be for change lives.
Okay, I'll come back to you Andrew before we take the message. Abu Kabir, the way forward now concerning the culture for weed and for do other things in the country, even the library themselves. You see people on the tell you say they complain we don't get much up to date books then. And nothing will switch around some library you go to the country. Where are the way forward? Even the schools. There are a lot of schools and they say we're not even a library.
Well, this is not a sign of real concern. So we want like the library for get enough books. Books them way at least you be able to get ideas them also be able to augment you learning. We want books them way go meet the needs of present day education. You know say when you go to library they expect to get the latest book where at least you go able to lay your hands on, you get something interesting out of it where you go able to forget, we go boost your intellect as well. So in all of this, the government need for support and make sure say this one it be something good. But like again, the debating, this training when an introduction to debate and speech writing, it starts every morning 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. in the afternoon.
So now not left 2 days now.
2 days for the 14th and the 15th of September 2017. Now the American Congress itself. It's free. It's open to everybody. If you want to be a debater, this is an opportunity for you to harness your skills, your communication skills. Not just they enhance the literary skills of young people, students, or other people then, but again, more importantly, it helps for tune their minds. For embrace the culture.
So you say if you ask for your rights, you know affect for your rights.
Indeed, you know say the freedom of speech not absolute. You get certain things them way provisions them way they will tap. Who say you don't tap? So you know see all the guiding principles are there. Okay. So one for instill that kind moral values in young people that you need for right. But you don't need for right there will great rewards. Defamation for defame somebody very wrong. In the court of law, they will sue you. Somebody will press charges against you. If you say something wrong against them, then you don't get something for substantiate. What you say that this is not correct thing or this wrong. So in all of these, we try for instill an ethical aspect.
Okay, I'll come back to you. I'd love to take the message very quick as we wrap up the program. You still have Watch It Encounter and come to you live on Star TV channel 21. For Media One Center Studio. Now 3 Mama Street Book Fees Freetown and online at www.startvs.com. I want to sign on and put the message in for you. Let me see wait till we get inside it. This first one I say, I just want to remind all youth people and say them vote now their life. Now after 5 years, they will get for votes back in other election. This is coming from Salom Bobo. So when I say, Alex, I hope say this book will address the problems them we done the old youth and back for move on into entrepreneurship or development. From Susan wait up all the way na Kuto Road. So when I say the plenty way I see that they prioritize plenty things in the school and all that side in the country, don't they bring strange culture to young people, and from Morrison we they na cut right. This is why I say I see much engagement of young people recently. I hope the government will do plenty and make the difference. This is coming from Martin. I don't want to say the culture for it don't really lost. All people just care now about social activity them from JBZ. And the final one I say, plenty thank you to Star TV for this kind of a program, and we want for young people to expose more and carry on for do more. From Matthew, wait up all the way now Duazak. Alex, I will start with you to wrap up now. You want to respond to any of the text message and you find a courtesy as we go.
Well, I think the book, as I say, an eye-opener, one for awakening the spirit inside young people. Them, somebody they asked if the book can solve the problems, and no, book not they solve problems. The ideas when they read from a book, if you not implement, just tell like, would I not even read the book. Okay. So it's not to say when you buy the book or when you read it and that's the end of it. That makes you an entrepreneur, but then how you go able to apply, sustain, and grow with the ideas, different ideas when they get. And that you were able to practicalize them. Okay. So the entire book just provide a guidance. I can tell plenty of people and say, we live an ecosystem of entrepreneurship in an open space. You get for learn theories, you get for learn principles, but you don't get for allow yourself to be limited by them. Okay. So whatever ideas we learn, it affirm the possibility of things, and they give a direction. So that's the speed at which you go. Or you decide for stop. Now you.
So quick one, Alex. Before we go, how somebody go getting tickets for go now the book launching?
Well, you can contact me on 079-940303. As I say again, 079-940303. Call, send WhatsApp messages, or you can call me as well again. You can check me out on Facebook. I use Alex God's Power Day. So you can send me a message, or you can go to our website ilead.sl.com. ileadsl.com. You can go there,
and
or you go now.
You get access.
The Institute for Leadership, Entrepreneurship and Development Facebook page. You can send me messages.
Okay, Alex, we wish you the very best, and we'll make sure say who will show part in the book launching. And then Alex Nalo Jr. and he will launch the A to Z of entrepreneurship book na British Council on the 29th. Andrew, you left for now. You find a courtesy as we go.
Well, I want to send a message to the young people then, to states as in we they help young people then. This is not a project for young people, as now young people then get them. Let we come on board, let we work, let we see how best we were able to change lives of we the youth and the younger people then. We not become youth yet. Because if everything actually we left hand to the government, I don't believe say there are certain things that for change as at now. You understand? Okay. So we encourage people then for come on board, most especially at the volunteering aspect of the organization. Come, we will for work amicably, so we go for push on before. And you can contact me, the director, on 078-211-938 or 079-299-852. Also you can visit we pages we link like www.massipath.org. You can also contact me on YouTube, www.youtube.com/Massipath. You also go contact the director we na Sia Boss or Renet Boss on Facebook, where I believe say you go get all the information when we go for take on from there, we go for work amicably and enjoy the lives.
I'm going to thank you, Andrew Thomas Fobi, the director of Massipath. And look at me, how will go now? You find out what to see.
Well, of course, everybody you talk today, you don't really should see within the digital age with very good, and the international literacy, you get a look at the digital age in literacy. And also, secondly, I go on for the people show interest in this particular one, the debating council.
And go part of
if you want to get more information, you go call Mohammed Salami, the National Secretary, on 077-494-686, 077-494-686. And I want to say thanks to Moses Monconte, which showed great leadership and a very inspirational figure with the help for church the minds of young people. Okay. For build the Sierra Leone want, we're able to cater for young people But youth are the golden time of one's life. And now we get ability, and now we look for do. So they urge those in authority, invest in young people. Invest in young people, and the investment is
we have nation
for every country.
My friend, thank you, Abukabi. Thank you for joining. Name Abukabi, a youth activist and also somebody who don't the communication partner investing on. That's all we say thank you to the entire production team, to Lamine Mansari and the rest of the guys on the camera, and to the producer Amadou Lamranaba. I don't be on the presenter Mohamed Basirus and Osensa. We say Tata and carry on for Watch That TV on Channel 21. Also the broadcast live from Media One Center Studios, not 3 Mama Street, Brookfield Street. Until then, the repeats will come to Uno on Sunday 5 to 6, exactly how we end the show. So till the 6 from Media One Center Studio. Till then, get a wonderful weekend and be a professional in waiting you to do.
Sierra Leone's ever-growing youthful population still continues to grapple with high rates of unemployment and other challenges. Despite the enormous challenges, young people are still working on realizing their potential. With emerging entrepreneurs and innovators, Youth Encounter on Star Television and Radio is a program that showcases successful young people, discuss the challenges and provide recommendations. Join Mohamed Basirus on the CEM. It's Youth Encounter on Star TV on Channel 21.